man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dasher True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops 7 commentary video gameplay for you guys, and we taking a break from talking about video games as we got the NBA playoffs coming up this week, and it starts with the play-in tournament that's happening as we speak. So let's start off there. So earlier on Tuesday, we had the 9-10 matchup that saw the Charlotte Hornets barely defeating the Miami Heat in overtime. It was really a final, a final buzzer shot that went in. Charlotte won that one. Their playoff hopes remain alive. They're not in yet, but their playoff hopes remain alive. And they knocked out Miami Heat. So Miami Heat, despite having a over 500 record, will not make the playoffs. Meanwhile, the 7-8 matchup will happen on Wednesday as this video goes up between the 76ers and the Orlando Magic. I got the Orlando Magic winning that one. My bad. I got the 76ers winning that one. And they will go on as the 7th seed to take on the Boston Celtics. Meanwhile, the Magic will have to play the Hornets as the home team on Friday, and the winner of that game will take on the #1 seed Pistons. I think the Hornets going to win. I think the Hornets going to win, knock out the Magic, and they're going to face Detroit in what is somewhat of a rivalry there. Moving on to the rest. Right now, it is a close game as we speak between the Phoenix Suns, who are hosting the Portland Trail Blazers. I think Portland's going to win. I think Portland's going to win that one, and they're going to move on to the 7th seed to take on the San Antonio Spurs. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns will host the winner of tomorrow, or Wednesday's game rather, which will be between the 9th seed Clippers and the 10th seed Warriors. I see the Clippers winning that one. I see the Clippers winning that game and going on to take on and ultimately defeat the Phoenix Suns. So I see the Clippers getting in as the AC, and they got to deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round. So let's get on with these playoff picks. Let's start off with the #1 seed Detroit Pistons. I see them knocking off the Charlotte Hornets. I think that game is going to go 5 games, but I see them winning that one and going 5 games, moving on to the next round, where they will face the Cavaliers Raptors winner. I see that one going 7 games, but Cleveland should get that one. I will be rooting for Toronto, but Cleveland should win that one. I see that one going 7 games. The Knicks Hawks series, believe it or not, I see that one going 7 games because the Hawks going to play the Knicks tough, but ultimately the Knicks will prevail. And then the 2-7 matchup between the Celtics and the 76ers. But okay, so the deal with the 76ers, even though they made it, they defeat the Magic and they made it in the playoffs. Without Joel Embiid healthy, I believe he is injured at this moment in time. So without him, this is probably going to be like what, 5 games in favor of Boston. But I'm looking at their injury report right now, and the only person injured is Trenton Ratford, who is day-to-day. So, and he may play in the play-in tournament. So, I don't know about Joel Embiid. Embiid might be playing. I don't know. So, that would be interesting. If Embiid is healthy, then this is going to be a very interesting scenario. But let me look at this Sports Illustrated article here, because that injury report, that was from ESPN.com, I believe. But check this out. Let me see. Joel Embiid has missed at least 1 game in 5 of his last 7 postseason runs. Okay, we know about that. Okay. All right, Shams or ESPN announced that Embiid is expected to be out for the play-in tournament. The Sixers will face the Magic. Yeah, okay. So he's not expected to play during the play-in tournament. So my thing is, will he be healthy for the playoffs? So that's my question. If he is healthy for the playoffs, either way, Boston is winning this one. But if he's healthy for the playoffs, this is going 6 games. With him and Paul George, and I forgot his name. Claxton, I believe his name. I could be mistaken. But with those 3 healthy, yeah, Boston will need at least 6 games to knock off Philly. And ultimately, I think they would get, either way, they would get the job done. So, moving on to the second round, I got the Pistons knocking off the Cavaliers. I think that's going to go 6 games. I believe that will go 6 games. And then, ultimately, we got the Celtics-Knicks matchup. I'm going to go on a limb and say that the Knicks will beat Boston in 6 games. I'm going to go on a limb and say that this will go 6 games. We set up the Pistons against the Knicks. And this one is going 5 games, but the Pistons winning that one. They win the Eastern Conference, and they go on to the NBA Finals. But who will they face? Check this out. So the Thunder against the Clippers, that, believe it or not, assuming that Kawhi Leonard plays, this is going 6 games. But the Thunder will win this one. Moving on to take on the Lakers-Rockets winner. This is this is 5 games. Rockets winning this one. There's no Luka. There's no AR. It's just LeBron basically by himself. The Rockets should win this one in 5 games. So I see the Rockets moving on. The 3-6 matchup is going to be tough. I see that one going 7 games actually. But I got the Nuggets. Well, actually, no, that's too kind. I got 6 games. But nevertheless, the Nuggets still winning this one. I got the Nuggets moving on. And the Spurs should sweep the Portland Trail Blazers. Portland will have nothing for the Spurs. So the Spurs will move on to the second round. And this is going to be the most competitive match in the entire series going into the finals, that is. The Spurs against the Nuggets. It's going 7 games. I got to give it to the Spurs. I think Wemby is ultimately going to, learn that he plays in this series. He's going to grow as the series goes on, rather. And I think the Spurs is going to hang on and win this one. They're going to need all 7 games to do it. But they are going to win it, and they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals. They're going to beat the Rockets in 5. Like, I have no faith in Houston to topple the Nuggets, the Spurs, and certainly not the Thunder. Thunder winning that one in 5, and they just going to be chilling, relaxing, and watching the Nuggets and the Spurs basically tear each other apart, and then just pick up the slacks in the Western Conference Finals. Again, it's going 7 games because it's the Spurs and the Thunder. Because the Spurs have the Thunder number, but this is the playoffs. The Spurs just got off of a battle with the Nuggets. I see the Thunder winning this one, and I do not like these types of predictions where we get to the NBA Finals and it nothing but all 1 seeds. I am not a big fan of it, but I see that happening with the Thunder and the Pistons. And here's the thing about this one. I understand that the Thunder are the defending champs, so they got the playoffs experience, while the Pistons, their playoffs experience isn't at the level of the Thunder. But I'm looking at and I understand that there's a difference between the regular season and the postseason. But this Pistons squad is different. They are really, really different. They are not the norm. And I believe that's how it is with all Pistons squads that went on to win championships. They are never the norm. They are always different. So in the regular season, the Pistons at home beat the Thunder. And then on the road against the Thunder, with 4 out of their 5 starters out and one of their top bench guys out as well in the form of Isaiah Stewart, the Pistons squad took the Thunder to overtime. Like, they had the lead going in, like near the end of the 4th quarter, but the Thunder came back, forced overtime, and the Thunder barely won in overtime, in my opinion, against a short-handed Pistons squad. Now the Pistons are going to be fully loaded. I see the Pistons winning in 6. So yes, this is wishful thinking. You may call it fandom because I am a Detroit native, but I firmly believe that the Detroit Pistons will win the NBA championship this year, defeating the OKC Thunder in 6 games. That's my predictions. I'm rolling with it, and I'm going to call it a wrap now. So with all that said, y'all know this is boy New Jake Aspie, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.